What's up? What's happening? It's the one and only Jeff Axel. Feeling good, feeling great. Haven't been back in a couple weeks, but there's been a lot of things happening. So we're excited about the current NBA news. Playoffs right around the corner. Want to introduce Tajon. Don't know why he's Simone Fontecchio, I think his name is. But how
Simone
you living, Tay?
Fontecchio, respect him.
But how you living?
I'm good, man. Just a random Simone Fontecchio fan all of a sudden. I don't know why, but you know.
Like them random foreign players, boy. And
Yo,
also want to introduce Darius, aka Dragon Bender. Don't know why he has him. Like that man is one of the
it's
worst top
Mr.
10
Could have
picks
been
ever.
records himself, bro. It's Mr. Could have been, yo. Should have been, could have been. Come on now, Dragon. Yo, stop disrespecting him like he wasn't Zingy before Zingas. Come on, yo.
First of all, he was drafted after Porzingis and failed miserably.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah.
not even Mario Hezonja. Like, he's one of the worst top 10 picks ever.
Yo, stop hating on him like he wasn't a bucket, yo.
Well, anyway, we're going to start off talking about the quality play of SGA. Thunder being the number one seed. SGA averaging 31, 6, and 5. I feel like he improved his MVP hunt this past week. Jason Tatum's definitely out after the last week he had. He played terrible. We'll discuss that a little later. But I think it's probably a two-man race at the moment between Jokic and SGA. Me personally, I'm going to give the edge to SGA off the strength of the team not having a lot of veteran presence and him being the closer and the leading scorer, consistently getting over 30, shooting 55% from the field. Like he can score on two levels at a very high level. He's more comfortable with the three than he has been in years past. And he's a great two-way player. So the sky's the limit for the Thunder. Even though they're young, they might be able to make a legitimate playoff push. Tay, what do you think about SGA at the moment?
I think SGA's been hooping. I think SGA is just a different. His stats look the same, but I think SGA is just a different player when it comes to just team basketball. Like just stepping up on defense more, improving from the 3 point line. Just the little things, like not the nobody's going from 31 a game to four. Like that's not happening.
Yeah,
But
like that's not cool.
yeah, but just the little things, like just the little things that can make you better and better and better. And I think Shea's been having a great season. His team success definitely helps him out. When it comes to MVP ladder. Now, I do think maybe I'm talking about Jokic too fast. That's the only other person I feel as though could win.
It's
But
only two.
I think we're kind of getting caught up in the whole triple double thing.
Yeah, I get what
Like
you're saying.
I think Shea just means a little bit more to his team. Like I don't, it just would look different. Like I don't want to play the game of take them off the team, take them off the team. I don't want to play that game. But I don't know. I think Shea is the most valuable player in the NBA this season. Like just it's not really about the stats necessarily all the time. Like yeah,
Yeah,
Jokic has more rebounds and assists. Like that's not really what the MVP is. Because if it was like that, Jokic would have won last year. He didn't won the year before. Like like he'd have 100 of them. He'd have 100 MVPs. I just think if you look at the team success, the team record, how is this person? How much does this player mean to this team? I think Shea's the most valuable player in the league.
I don't think I'm
Darius,
taking.
I want your opinion on it. How you feel about Shea?
I don't. No, I think Shea is amazing. Like he should be in this conversation. Like it's only him and Jokic. But I don't agree with Tajon saying about who he's more valuable to his team than Jokic. Jokic is leading that team in every single thing: points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks. He's leading them in every single thing. If Jokic tears his ACL, that team will go from fighting for the first seed because they're only one
One
game
game
behind.
back. One game
Yeah, they're
back.
one game behind the Thunder. So I don't think that first seed thing really matters right now because they're both at the top. Like they're both one game behind. The Thunder lose one game, that's cooked. But I feel like Jokic is going to win because of how consistent. Like we say, Shea's consistent. Jokic's been doing the same thing for years. Like you know what I mean, averaging triple double, and he's not forcing it. Like you know what I mean. Like he's literally like just going out there and playing, and it's coming to him. Like you know how we said about Russell Westbrook, how he averaged triple doubles, and he kind of like stat padded, but forced it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I need my 10th rebound. So Steven Adams move out the way, let him grab it. Like, cherry picking assists and stuff like that when he doesn't have to pass the ball. I feel like it's more like fluent with Jokic, and the reason he's at the top still and he's still number one in MVP is because of his value to that team. Because I feel like if you take Shea off that team, you have enough players, even though they're young, you have players that can put the ball in the basket and players that play defense also. You take Jokic off that team, that the Nuggets will go from the top 2 seed to the 8th seed. Like, or fighting for a
I think the
playoff.
Thunder go lottery if you take SGA off. Not discounting what you're saying about Jokic. Jokic is the best player in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I don't think so
know.
because of their defensive prowess. That's why I don't think that their defensive prowess. Getting Chet back played a big part in them winning games.
Who's going to fill in that 30 points a game, though?
You have scorers on the team. They have a bunch of scorers on the team. They have people on the bench that they don't even play that can also put the ball in the basket.
I don't think you can replicate with Shea.
Not replicate 30, no, but one person, no. But them splitting it up as a unit, that's not hard to do with that their firepower on that team is what I'm saying.
That team would be 10 games under 500 without SGA, in my opinion.
I don't believe so. Because of Chet's rim protection, they didn't have rim protection before. That's why they were getting pooped on left and right every year. We're like, bro, there's nothing to do. They tried it with Pokusevski. He's not no rim protector. We can see the difference between Pokusevski starting at center and Chet starting at center. There is a ginormous gap of defense being played. And I know you're saying Shea's a great two-way player, but so is Jokic. I know it goes underappreciated because he's slow and unathletic, but he's been playing elite defense. Like he's their rim protector. Nuggets don't have a rim protector, and it's been working. They won last year without a rim protector because Jokic was the rim protector.
He'll get them like steals down low. Like
the steals down low. He's getting pass lane steals.
Yeah, he do.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's why I feel like Jokic is still going to be at the top. I know like where he averaged a triple double. I know it's not all about stats, but I feel like he is just as important to his team, if not more, than Sengun. I mean, Jesus Christ. And then Shea. Yeah. So I feel like Jokic is gonna win it because of his stats. Like I know SGA is averaging points, but that's the only thing he's averaging more than him in. And we're not talking about just like how we look at basketball, how it's like it's more than just stats. People are still gonna look at the stats. Jokic is averaging a triple double. Like, you know what I mean? And his team in top 2 seed, we don't know who's gonna be the number 1 seed at this point because they both damn near have the same record. So it's like I feel like the edge is going to go to Jokic, but I would like for Shea to win. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's young underdog, like just jumped in the conversation because last year we didn't have him in this conversation. This year he's in the conversation. He deserves to be like, but I do believe that Jokic is going to win it.
Shout out to Jaylen Brown, player of the week last week, been averaging 28 points per game since the All-Star break, shooting 50% from the field, 42% from three, needs to get the free throw percentage up, but he's been finishing at a 67% rate at the basket while turning the ball over at a 3% rate. So he's getting the turnovers down. He's been handling the ball better. He's been passing the ball better. He's been rebounding better. He's been our best player post All-Star break. In all honesty, I said it earlier in this podcast, last week's stint from Jason Tatum put him out of the MVP race for the rest of the season. So now hopefully the team can move on. We can just focus on locking in on his championship. But I wanted to give appreciation to Jaylen Brown because everybody brings up the contract in his left hand. But every single year he gets better, and he's playing at a high level. One of the best 2 guards in the league. And I feel like people need to start bringing that up a little bit more. Tay, how do you feel about how Jaylen's playing right now?
Jaylen Brown's been playing really good. He's just one of them players. He just gets better every year, improves his game. That's just the kind of player he is. Like, this doesn't even surprise me. Like, I remember 2 years ago, a year ago, people would say Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum and whatnot. I mean, it's a reason why people say that. I don't think that's true, but there's a reason why people say that because sometimes it looks like that. Sometimes
he's more decisive.
Like me personally, I'm building a team around Jaylen Brown over Jason Tatum. Me still to this day, I'm still gonna start if I had to pick one to take off that team and put on a different team and put people around him, I feel like Jaylen Brown's more moldable and he's more like he's easier to put around other people. Like Jason Tatum, you can't put him with anybody because he demands the ball a lot. He's a very heavy shot taker. He doesn't take the best shots all the time. And but Jaylen Brown, he's okay with spotting up. He's okay with playing
cutting
defense
to the basket.
Yeah, he's okay with that. That's why I personally would take Jaylen Brown over him. I'm not saying he's better than Jason Tatum. He's not. But I would take him over him for that aspect of he can play with anybody.
I'm happy with his level of play. My only thing is he needs to carry this level into the playoffs. It's the career, historically, his numbers drop in the playoffs. So he needs to carry this level. And Porzingis has to stay healthy because as of right now, this is probably the first time I feel this way. I'm not 100% confident in Tatum right now. Like the first time I feel this way. Just certain aspects, like what'd you say, Darius?
I would never think I would hear that come out of your mouth, Mister. He's only 25. I don't.
No, he's only 19.
He's only 19. Yeah.
All right, here's my things. I'll keep it quick. I mean, we're 49-14, so it kind of seems like nitpicking, but like some things I saw against the Nuggets, I just wasn't feeling it. Like a high turnover rate. I mean, we only lost by 6. If he had just played okay, we would have won that game.
Bro,
we missed 9 free throws. Like, we shot 25% from 3.
Y'all should never lose. Y'all have 17 All-Stars in your team. Y'all shouldn't lose. Y'all got this all NBA defender, Derek White, all NBA defender. You got first team, second team.
Our leading scorer played like some shit. If our leading scorer, I mean, y'all did a great job on him. But it was just like the passiveness sometimes, the shot selection. It's too many 3-point attempts sometimes. And it's like weak finishes at the basket. If somebody his height, I hate how poor of a finisher he is. So as of right now, I mean, I still think he's like a great player. He's going to set records in the Celtics uniform, but it's just at times I lose a little confidence in him because his inconsistency. Like sometimes from half to half, it'll just be 0 points or 2 points or 1 for 9 shooting. He's chucking up bullshit threes or he's chucking up a contested mid-range. And I need him to stop taking shots at the end of the quarter. Like it's a low success rate. He be missing open players trying to force a mid-range shot. That has to stop. I'm tired of that shit. But like it's just he needs to. I'm confident he can play better. I believe he can lead us to a championship, but I'm starting to think it might not be outright leading. It's going to be him, Jaylen, then Porzingis. I think it's going to be like a team effort. I don't think it's just like he's going to carry us to it.
Like he might win.
They won't give him Finals MVP because they love him more than Jaylen.
Yeah,
they love him more than Jaylen. That's just what it is.
But it ain't going to be no clear-cut Finals MVP.
Even though Jaylen had 27 points on 50% shooting on the game on a Saturday, they interviewed Tatum. Tatum went 11 for 29 from the field. He was like, yo, I didn't have a good game. Like, shout out to my teammates for supporting. So it's just like, what's the best way to put it? I just need to see some more, yo, I'm going to the basket. Y'all gonna have to fucking stop me. I'm going strong. I'm getting free throws. I gotta power through. Just sometimes he gets so frustrated, he let the refs take him out the game. It's just certain things I don't like as the guy of our team. And I just really feel like it's going to be a team. I think it's no coincidence Brad Stevens put the roster like this. Because they were saying like the GM Wick Grossbeck, the owner Wick Grossbeck came in after we lost to the Heat. He was like, yo, I don't care what you got to do, but this roster can't come back the same. So he got Smart and Grant up out of there. And I think he's like, yo, we got to really build a support system around Tatum because as the guy right now, he's had big playoff games, but he's had some stinkers too. And it's just like, for your talent level, you shouldn't be playing like this, bro.
So when are you going to admit the Jason Tatum comp? Paul George.
No, I'm not admitting it. I've seen him have better playoff moments than Paul George. So no, you're not going to get that out of me.
Why are we hating on Paul George? Like he wasn't.
I'm not hating on him, but like Paul George doesn't have a better playoff performance than what Tatum did last year against Philly. He doesn't have a better playoff performance than what Tatum did against the Bucks 2 years ago.
So we're gonna forget about Paul George on the Pacers against the Heat. He had a
No
40-point
performance was better than
triple-double and
what
lost.
Tatum did.
He had a
No
40-point
performance was better
triple-double
than
and
what
lost
Tatum did.
because of CJ Miles. I'm never letting that go. He had a 40-point triple-double and lost because of CJ Miles. CJ Miles would not. CJ Miles took that last shot when he should not. You were not that guy.
Didn't they get swept that series?
They probably did.
Yeah, yo, he had some good playoff performance. I know
Bro,
he had one of the
Tatum's
Clippers.
team compare Tatum's team to like you talking about them getting swept like it was his fault. Compare Tatum's team to Paul George's
Oh, if
team.
you want to do that, like I can go back to the 2021 series when he played the Nets. He scored 50 points against the big three Nets when all three of them were playing. And Jaylen Brown had a broken wrist. And we were starting Shemi Ojale.
How many
And
games
Romeo
did they play
Langford was
together
getting
as a whole?
rotation minutes.
How many
And
games did
Brad
that team play
Wanamaker
together?
was getting rotation
And
minutes.
which one of
All
them?
three of them are out the league right now.
No,
Like, stop
okay.
acting like Tatum had a super team his whole career.
Okay,
We're
but
not doing that.
you're talking about the Nets. Which one of them is the defender? None of them. I don't want to hear it. KD maybe, but he's not like
They were fully healthy though. Like
Okay,
they
they're
were
fully
beating
healthy,
the
but
Bucks
how
ass
often
until
were
they
they
got
fully
hurt.
healthy? How many games did they play together? Like as a whole, how many games as a whole did they all play together? You're saying it like they had
They were
chemistry?
whooping the Bucks ass before they got injured. You don't remember they beat them by like 45? They were up 2-0. They were cooking before they got hurt. They were like 6-1 before they got hurt, bro.
And then they got hurt and they came back and they weren't the same. We all know that. Everyone under the sun knows.
We ran into them healthy and we didn't have our second best player. And we still won a playoff game. But my point is he's had big playoff moments. He just has to like deliver and be more consistent. And Jaylen has to be more consistent. Shout out to Jaylen for playing well. Hopefully he can carry it to the playoffs. Another topic I wanted to get on. Shout out to the young boys, this rookie class. It's been very good. The Thompson twins are good players.
Can you separate them, please? Stop saying the Thompson twins. Amen Thompson and Asar Thompson. They're two different people. Stop putting them together. That you know exactly what I mean. Stop.
I just gave them compliments though.
That's like talking about Marcus and Markieff Morris together. That we don't say the Morris twins. We say Marcus and Markieff Morris. They're two different.
All right,
people.
that's a good point.
Put them
that's
together.
a good point. All right, you got that. You got that. That's a good point. But yeah, Wemby's playing at a high level. Chet, 100 blocks, 100 3-pointers in his rookie year. To do that is fucking amazing. I came in front on that. Brandon Miller really, really getting it cooking low key in Charlotte. Like
looking for a while too. People just been looking.
He actually cares.
Yeah, their eyes are so much bigger for like we were. I wish he was still on, but like he's one of those players that actually cares about being like he wants to be at the top. Like he actually like that matters.
I saw him yell at his teammates about not getting back on defense.
That's what. Yeah,
that's different.
He actually cares. Like we say, they don't have the same. Like he's one of those people. Like, but not everybody is like that. That's what I'm saying. There's only a select few players that you can say act that way, play that way, or that type of person.
These young players don't like each other. Like he was talking about everybody being friendly. I've seen a lot of fights.
That's what I'm saying. They don't like each other. Like, yeah, they could have played together, but they've been playing against each other for how long?
SGA and Ant do not get along.
Yeah,
Chet and Wemby do not get along.
Yo, Jeff, I think the SGA and Ant thing is just like Kobe and LeBron. You know how the fans made Kobe and LeBron like not like each other? Like you couldn't like both. You couldn't be like, oh, I like Kobe Bryant, but I also like LeBron. It's just like that now. You can't be a fan of Anthony Edwards and a fan of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and say it out loud. Like you have to just like watch.
Jay shot at him on IG though. He is like, they talk about my post game and not post game.
Yeah.
So like he feeding into it. Ant said he get all the foul calls, so it ain't just all the fans. They don't like each other, bro.
Yeah, because they get compared. But think about they get compared a lot. Like when you think about Shai and Ant are in the same realm of player. Like they're like the
slashing
same
guards. Yeah,
yeah, like they're the same type of guy. Like
two-way players,
play defense. Yeah. You get what I mean. So they get compared, and people don't like comparisons. Don't compare me to him. I'm better than him. Like
right.
So these young players, man.
I think the league's in good hands, man.
It's yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's promising because the players that we grew up watching, they're getting old and like Curry, he's 30 something, LeBron's 30 something.
Still playing at great levels though.
Yeah, I know they're playing at great levels, but it's like it's coming to an end.
Once my players got old, them niggas washed, dog.
Yeah,
like my favorite player, his last 2-3 years, he should have just went home, man.
Who's your favorite player?
Paul Pierce.
Oh,
like them Clippers years, and like the one he should have left after Washington, Like them Clippers years were so hard to look at. My man's cooked.
He should have left once he went to the Nets. He should have left when he started wearing black. That's when he should have left. But we ain't gonna go there. We ain't even gonna talk about that guy. You know
But
how I feel about him.
shout out to Victor Wembanyama averaging 21, 10,
He don't
and
deserve
3
a shout out. He
blocks.
don't need a shout out. We know what he doing. Everybody in the world know what he doing. He don't
Yeah,
need
yeah. I'm just saying,
shout
like,
out
he's the
somebody
head of
else.
this rookie class.
He said, shout
Like,
out somebody else. We know what he's doing. Everybody in the world knows what he's doing.
but is
Yeah.
there any under the radar rookies that I'm overlooking or forgetting about?
GG
Um,
I
Jackson.
like Cam Whitmore. What did you want to say?
GG Jackson.
GG. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
literally what I
yeah.
was thinking about. GG.
Shout out to GG Jackson. Like tough score. He secured a long-term deal in Memphis. They got him for a bargain. That's the one
Yeah.
silver lining in this shitty ass season. He's gonna come back with a healthy Bane, a healthy
Whoa.
Ja next year. They get a high draft pick.
Yeah, the Grizzlies are in a
Like,
great spot right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
just one off year, but they're gonna be back.
Yeah, but yeah, GG, but like GG's story.
And Vince
is
Williams
a big
too.
story. Huh?
Yeah.
Vince Williams is good too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but GG has a great story though, because like the reason he didn't get drafted high is because he was immature. Like, did y'all hear about his practice? Well, his workout where he couldn't get through the workout. Then they went and he went to the he left went to the locker room early, and they went in the locker room and they walked in and he was smoking a vape and he tried to hide it under his leg and all that. Like that's why
That's why he fell.
That's why he fell. Like, yeah, that's literally the reason why he fell. They say he was the youngest person in the draft, but he's also the most immature person in the draft, what they were saying. So it's like the see his growth makes it more like we feel it more because he was not supposed to be a guy. That's why they didn't give him a contract in the first place, because they made him have to prove it. But I like that he's been hooping. Any other rookie think about?
From what I heard, he had to reclassify. He was young, and they moved him up a grade, and he was supposed to go to North Carolina, but his mom convinced him to go to South Carolina. And they said him playing in South Carolina kind of hurt his draft stock, and then the immaturity thing. That's what I had heard. Shout out to Jaime Jaquez Jr. He's been playing pretty well too. He's a good rookie.
Otto Porter just retired.
I'm not surprised.
Retired.
Decent career.
Yeah,
he didn't live up to the number 3 pick. Speaking of the topic, Tajon.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He went number 3.
So, but
I got somebody I want to say too. I got somebody that been burning me down, burning me. When we get to that, I got somebody that's been burning me deep down inside.
Chet Holmgren was 17 and 8. Like I said, I do like Cam Whitmore. That's probably one of my favorite younger players. In a different role. He's gonna be nice.
It's just the Rockets with their rookies. They have to they're in a tough spot with trying to give them minutes. You know what I mean? They're still trying to do that Jalen Green stuff, even though we know who he is.
He's been playing better.
Stop saying playing better. He's been on and off, just like he has been his whole career. He's been on and off. You take 23 shots to get 23 points. I don't think that's doing better. Not to me. To me, I don't like that. That doesn't make me happy. I don't care if he's shooting 40%. That's not good. That's not a good game. And especially some of the shots he takes, like I said before, that drains this team. That team is a hard playing team on defense. Imagine you sweat to get that ball. You're doing all that. You're playing for 23 seconds, making them force a bad shot, right? You get the board, you come down. He come down, do a step back contested 3 over 2 people. Nobody wants to watch that. It's morally draining. The morale is but it's the tough minutes. Some games, Cam Whitmore and Amanda both play 25 minutes, 30 minutes. The next game they'll play 11-9. It's inconsistent with the minutes thing. And it's kind of hard when you got even though Jaylen doesn't shoot well, he'll still have 30 points, 25 points. And it's you can't bench somebody that's scoring like that. It's a little it's tough. I kind of understand why Ime does what he does, but it's still kind of in situations like the end of the game, Amen Thompson's a top defender. Even as a rookie, he's a top defender. You have to play him in certain situations, but you can't because it's you got a big baby, Jalen Green. I'm not coming out the game in the fourth quarter. I'm it's a little, so they're in a tough spot. When they get to play more and they get to actually come into themselves and be have the experience, because Jalen Green had that experience. He got to be himself. They can't be themselves. They have to come in and play tight minutes and worry about getting subbed out, worry about having to come in without a rhythm. So it's a little it's harder for the Rockets. The Rockets will get it together though. I just think they need to make some moves and like, actually give their rookies time to develop. Like I've never seen a top 4 pick player sit on the bench so much. Like this is like it's a little weird, but
really quickly, you got Jordan Hawkins who's had moments.
Gordon Hawkins is a deadly shooter.
Pods off of the Warriors. He's had
Pods,
good moments this year.
He needs to be talked about because he came in and took Clay's spot and is doing amazing. He has the most draw charges in the NBA right now. So that's underestimated. Like he has more drawn charges than a lot of NBA teams as a whole.
Oh, wow.
Like he has the number 1 in the NBA, not just rookies in the NBA in drawn charges. Like that, like part of his game goes underappreciated. I think Pods is a really good player. And for him to come in Derek Lively, he proved me wrong. He proved me wrong.
Tay was right about Lively for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I knew he was gonna be good, but I didn't know if he was gonna be able to do it like first year being put on that spot. But he's been doing it, and I'm power to him.
Yeah, Trace Jackson Davis in the second round. So it seems like it's gonna be a lot of quality role players, a couple potential stars. It seems like a pretty good draft early on. And Brandon Mills been averaging 20 over the past like month or two, something like that. So yeah, like shout out to this draft class. I don't know about Scoot. He kind of looking like a little suspect to start off.
Scoop Henderson, I'm still out on him. They should have drafted a man. It's their fault.
So we'll see what happens. It's not looking great to start, but it's still time for him. Switch the time. I think this is the last one. Maybe we got one more left. But if not, we'll save it for the episode on Friday.
All right.
Taylor wanted to talk about players not living up to their draft hype. So which player has sparked this debate that you wanted to take?
Really, I've been hearing a lot of Jabari Smith stuff, and I just was like, oh, okay, it's been from multiple people. So I just went down the line. This might take a little bit depending on y'all answers and whatnot. I started from 2017. I only have 2 players per draft, so
okay.
All right. So, and I don't want no I don't knows. No I don't knows. Like you can say not answering, but I don't want I don't know. I want yes or no or just don't answer at all. So first name up 2017, I got Markelle Fultz. Did he live up to the number 1 pick?
No.
No, hell no.
Okay. All right. And I got Alonzo Ball. Did he live up to the number 2 pick?
No.
Nah,
no.
He
had a good year in New Orleans, and he looked good in Chicago, but it was a rough start.
He's a quality role player, but he's not the number. No. He's not a number 2. And he was
picked ahead of De'Aaron Fox too. So,
yeah, number 2 player. You're supposed number 2 player. You're supposed to be You're supposed to be a star. Like you're supposed to be the best player on your team if you're getting drafted number 2.
Okay. All right. I only got one for 2018. This one's a little different. Are the Hawks okay with Trae Young instead of Luka? Yes or no?
They're okay with him, but I feel like we all know if they could go Luka back. Yeah, if they could go back and do it again, they're not taking Trae Young. Even though Trae Young is he's an all-star. He's a top 10
point player.
Yeah, like he lived up to his pick. But if you could go back, Luka's just light years better. Like, Luka's a top 5 player in the league. Like, so like
they'll redo it.
Yeah, like I know they're not in pain. Like, oh, dang, why do we pick him? But they're still like, bro, we missed out on an opportunity. Even though we got a good guy, a really good guy. Even though how I feel about him, but we got a really good guy. We could have got a great guy. Like
Really quick, I just want to go circle back to the 2017, and I'll be quick with it. Just looking at the players that were picked after the first 2, you got Jason Tatum at 3, you got De'Aaron Fox at 5, Lauri Markkanen at 7, Malik Monk at 11, Donovan Mitchell at 13, Bam Adebayo at 14, OG Anunoby at 23,
that's
Kuzma
a great
at 27, Derek White at 29, Josh Hart at 30. Yeah, that class was great.
That class was stacked. Who went number 4?
Josh Jackson.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's an obvious one. We don't talk about the obvious.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say. That's why I didn't even.
I'm just saying, like after you do the first 2, I want to read the players they were picked ahead of, so we can like really put a perspective on it.
Okay, yeah. All right, I'm on 2019 right now.
All right, I'm gonna go to 18 real quick because you had
Okay.
just mentioned 18. So I'm gonna go there and see like who they would pick.
And while you're doing that, let me say something about this bump. I know it's before, like it's like he got drafted in like 2014, but Jabari Parker, I refuse. I'm not, no, I was not hearing that because in college, my dad used to make me sit down next to him and watch Jabari Parker play on everything I love. He used to make me watch Jabari Parker play. He's a leader. You got to be like that on the court. He makes his teammates better. What happened to that bum? I'm not no
He
bro.
had 4 knee injuries. I can't do it. When he was healthy, he was 20 a game. When he was healthy, he was 20 a game. Knee injuries fucked him over. Like I can't do that with Jabari. Like I gotta stall Jabari Parker out. And then like when he came back, he was a bad defender, so that made it worse.
He had
So
one
whatever
game,
ability he had,
2017. Yeah, 2017, he averaged 20 points per game on the Bucks, and that was it.
he had knee injuries. That's what did him
I don't
in.
care, bro. I don't want to hear that, bro.
That's what happened. You asked what happened.
You know how big he went number 2, bro.
Yeah, I
he
remember.
went number 2. I do not want to hear that bum. He's 28 years old. Is he still in the league? I
No,
don't
he's
even
overseas. He's overseas.
That's all. I
But
had to get that off my chest because that been burning me up. That bum.
me personally, I can't hold injuries against players. They didn't live up to it, but I can't call you a bum because you got hurt. That's just me personally.
Okay.
You didn't live up, you didn't live up.
So don't
But
say
if
anything about Ben Simmons ever again. I don't want to hear anything about Ben Simmons out of your mouth ever again.
have I mentioned him? Have I mentioned him
Every
recently?
time I say something about Ben Simmons, Jeff, when I said my sleeper, Ben Simmons going to do this. No, he sucks. He's a bum. Don't act like you did not say that.
No, I said I don't believe in it. I said I don't believe in it. And did he give me a reason to in the 15 games he played this season? I know he's hurt now. That's why I'm not mentioning it
Yeah,
because he's hurt now.
He did. In the 15 games he played this season, he should have. He
He didn't have zero impact in the 15 games he played.
Yeah,
you barely knew he was out there.
In limited minutes. Like you got to respect what he was doing a little bit. Like even a little smidgen.
I'm sorry, not at all.
I get
zero respect. Like he's not getting it.
Whatever.
But 2018,
Jabari Parker will never get any respect from me. He's a trash basket.
2018, the first top 2 picks are kind of the worst picks of the 10, really.
Yeah.
You got Ayton and Bagley. Ooh.
Bagley, we know he didn't live up, but Ayton, he's not a number 1 pick.
Not for number 1. And in class with Luka and
been
Trae
like
Young
15,
and SGA.
Ayton's like a 15, like a 14, 15. Like that's where he plays like. He plays like he's one of hasn't Ayton been an all-star?
No.
Has he been an all-star?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, but he's been he's in 14, 15, that area.
His class is pretty stacked too, though. You got Mikal Bridges, Wendell Carter Jr., SGA, Miles Bridges, DiVincenzo. Yeah, Anthony Simons. Jaylen Brunson was a 2nd round pick in this draft.
Yeah, because he's short. Yeah. That's the only reason why. Height's the only reason why.
He was cooking in Villanova, though. That's what makes sense.
Literally, he was just like Tyus Jones. Like, he's one of them guards. Like, you know what I mean? He was just one of those college guards that's short and went to the NBA, but they didn't expect him to be much, but he ended up being something.
Yeah, Tay, you got 2019, right?
Yes. All right. For the first player, Zion Williamson. Did Zion Williamson live up to the hype he got and for the number 1 pick?
No. I refuse. No. I no.
Not the hype.
He should,
but he's been productive. So I can't call him
how many games? He's been productive in how many games? We can't do that. Number 1 picks are supposed to be superstars. Zion Williamson should be in the conversation for top 5 players in the league. He's not.
I'm gonna give you this.
Especially
he's in year 5.
Think about that generational that we gave him, like that hype that he had coming out of high school. Think about how.
Yeah, as I was going to agree with you. I was going to say was to be in year 5 and not have 1 playoff win. That doesn't look good for number 1 pick. Like even though he's been injured and all that, like he has no playoff appearances in 5 years. So it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, like we know what he can do. He has potential.
Yeah.
But
how
production
long
wise,
Like it's like
production wise, he hasn't done it.
Potential. Yeah, like you can't keep pulling that potential card because it's like, bro, how long is that gonna last? Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah, so I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
yeah, are
But
you bringing
Ja,
up? Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna say yes to Ja.
yeah,
All right.
Ja, yeah.
For the
But don't
second
bring up
player,
RJ. Don't bring up RJ. I
RJ
don't.
Barrett. Did he live
No.
up to the number 3
Hell
pick?
no, no.
No, no. He's been solid, but like as far as
So
franchise
Solid
okay,
leading
ain't number
guy,
three.
I don't
Solid
see it.
ain't number three.
so
Yeah.
No,
here's
I'm
my.
saying he's not a franchise leading guy. Huh?
There's only one player that I can say that they could have possibly been picked at 3 in this draft. If y'all look at the draft,
Who
there
would
is
be
only
here?
there's only one basketball, and he ain't really been hooping either. There's only one player that I can say has an argument.
Darius Garland.
That's it. Nobody else has an argument for that outside of Darius Garland.
Yeah, this is a role player ass draft. I'm
Yes.
looking.
Yeah, this draft was what is
So
It's not
draft.
bad. It's role players though.
This draft, man.
for me,
Yeah,
I'll say yes for RJ
Is
because
he
of
better
the
than Tyler Hero? Hold on.
yeah, he's better than Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero be missing games. Absolutely. Yes.
Not by much. He ain't that much better than Hero. I don't know about
ah,
that.
He's better
what
than
I
about
don't
Tyler
know.
Hero.
Jordan Poole could be up there in that conversation.
No, I'm
Because
taking Tyler Hero over Jordan Poole.
I'm not.
I think Hero might have
No, I'm not.
RJ, man. I don't know. That's
I'm
neck and
not.
neck.
Yo, what happened to Eric Pashaw? Eric Pashaw, whatever his name. What happened to him? Wasn't he
He
nice?
got overweight.
Oh, like oh yeah, I see him now. Now he's
Yeah,
huge. But
that's
like
what
yo,
happened.
like dang, that was 2019. Like yo, that wasn't that long. That was 4 years
Like
ago.
Keldon Johnson, he's okay, but he
Mm-mm.
ain't.
Nah,
Yeah, Daniel Gary. It's a lot of role players in this draft.
Jalen
Man.
McDaniels. Nah, yeah, it's a role player draft for sure. Kobe White maybe right now.
Mm-mm.
You could
Yo,
take him up.
I might take Tyler Hero over RJ. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't see Tyler Hero step up in the playoffs when he has been.
Yeah,
Though.
I
And
guess
you have RJ Barrett.
you've
Don't
seen
do
with
that.
RJ too.
Don't do
Yeah,
that. Don't act like
Not
RJ
compared
Barrett.
to not
Goes.
compared to Hero.
I'm not
Hero
mad
was
about.
playing big in the Eastern Conference Finals.
In the bubble, that was 8 years ago. But I'm don't act like RJ Barrett didn't show up
Yeah,
either. Don't do that.
I get
Don't
it.
use
I'd
that to
give
diminish
RJ
RJ.
the edge because of defense. I give RJ the edge because of defense. He could play better defense than Tyler Hero can.
Hero's a better passer, and they about the same rebounding rate, even though he's shorter.
Hero's at a different position. You gotta like
I don't know. I think I'll take Hero over RJ. I might be outnumbered, but I think I'll take Hero.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not gonna argue about it, but like I'd take RJ.
Okay. All right. 2020. I think these are pretty easy, but I had to fill it in. Patrick Williams. Did he live up to the number 4 pick?
No, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Is that the draft with the wise man at 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not. That's a
Yeah,
given.
we're not bringing up like obvious bust.
Right,
That's a given. Yeah, like I'm not. He's not even on the same team. He's not even on his draft team. Like they traded him for
This draft
seconds.
is rough.
This
Good
draft
Lord, this first round stinks.
It's rough. No, because you got to go down. The better players
I
are
know.
lower.
I know.
Yeah, like you got Denny Avia. He wasn't at first, but now he's living up to his pick. Like right
I
now,
see Tyrese Maxey.
yeah, Tyrese Maxey's low. Devin Vassell
21.
playing good. Devin Vassell is pretty good. Tyrese Halliburton.
Jaden McDaniels, he's 28. Desmond Bain is 30.
Sadiq Bey was for a second. Sadiq Bey was for a little bit, but that died fast. Would you say Desmond Bain?
Yeah, he averaged
Desmond
23 last year for the number 30 pick. Like that's great.
He's injured this year, so you can't really.
Yeah, they got excellent value for that pick. They would make that pick 10 times.
Isaiah Joe's playing better than
the frustrating thing is they didn't even have the pick, bro. We had the fucking pick. We traded it to them so we could fucking sign Ennis Canner, Freeland's bum ass, for $5.5 million instead of drafting Desmond Bain. So when y'all talk about that super team shit, Danny Ainge was being a piece of shit his last 2 years in Boston. I'm sorry, because that made me mad. We could have really used Desmond Bain.
Everybody misses, man. Every GM misses sometimes, man.
He was missing bad his last 2 years, though. He's doing okay in Utah, but his last 2 years in Boston, he fucking stunk.
All right, move on to 2021.
2021.
Right, 2021. This is where this is the one I have trouble with. I think I know what y'all are gonna say, but me personally, I had a lot of trouble. So number 1, who I'm gonna say Jalen Green. Did he live up to the number 2 pick?
No.
Nah. Not number 2.
Okay. All right. Now this one, I was torn on this one. I still am Jalen Suggs at 5. Did he live up to that? Would they pick him again?
I didn't
No.
believe in him when they drafted him. I felt like he
Not
was
picking
drafted
him
too
again.
high.
You,
I feel like he's going to be a very good role player, but
Yeah.
number 5 pick, no. That's how I
Yeah.
felt about the Martin Smart pick. He was number 6. I'm like, he'd have been drafted like 13 or something. I'd be cool with him. But
Yeah.
number 5 and 6, you're expected to do more offensively.
Yeah. Say
And
you asked me
no,
if they
it
would
sucks.
take him again. No.
I think they would, but if they had like the 12th pick or something.
Would you
That's my
rather
opinion.
have no? Would you rather have Jalen Suggs or Jonathan Kuminga?
Oh, give me Kaminga.
Exactly. They're not taking him again. But yeah. Tay,
Ooh, they
you
did
better
pick him
not.
again.
Tay Sean, you better not. You better not say you're taking.
For their team fit, I could see them taking Jalen Suggs again.
Nah, like
Or would
Kaminga
they-
would have popped off like with that team.
Fuck no. They're taking Sengun. I'm not gonna lie. Sengun's on this list. Sengun's
No, he went
top
16
5.
to the Thunder. They could have had single right now.
Yeah.
Jalen Johnson was at 20. Trying to see who else.
Yeah. Cam Thomas.
No.
27.
Jalen Suggs is better than Cam Thomas.
Herb Jones.
Herbert,
Herb
yeah,
Jones.
Herb Jones is good.
Herbert Jones. He's in
Yeah.
the second round.
Yeah, Herb's definitely better than Jalen Suggs.
Yeah, let me just scroll back up. A bunch of nobodies. But yeah. Franz, they took Franz too. Franz is in that draft too, so they took him too. So it's
Yeah,
like,
so it wasn't a complete fail.
but I don't think that. Do you think Evan Mobley lived up to the number 3 pick?
Yeah.
It looked that way to start, but he's been a little stagnant these past couple years.
You wanna
So
know
as
why?
of right now,
You want to
no.
know why? I can tell you why. Donovan Mitchell. I'm trying to tell you, bro. He makes his team worse. He demands the ball 24/7. Think about Darius Garland. How do you go from a top 10 point guard in the league to a nobody out of nowhere? You go from averaging 20 and 10 or whatever he was averaging in 10.
I mean, he had 34 against Minnesota on
Guess
Friday
who wasn't
without.
playing?
Yeah,
Guess
I know.
who wasn't
That's what I'm
playing?
saying.
Exactly. Guess who wasn't playing? You get what I mean? Like Donovan
It's a
Mitchell
valid point.
words. He can't Evan Mobley can't develop his offensive game with Donovan Mitchell having the ball in his hands 24/7, making him play one way. He's just like Trae Young. Him and Trae Young are the same person to me. You have to play a certain way to play with them.
All right. For 2022, I have 3 basketball players. So with the number 3 pick, the whole reason why this is a topic, Jabari Smith Jr. at number 3. Did he live up to that pick?
I'm looking at his draft, and absolutely not.
Okay. That's
but
I would say that too.
I get that, but this is still also his second year.
All
That's
right.
why, when it closer it gets,
I'm not looking for that.
you
I'm
gotta
looking
get-
for a yes. Did he
I
live
know.
up to
I
that?
got a
I'm saying-
rebuttal.
I know. Hey, right now, no. I'm going to say no. Right now, no. But
I
it's
got a
still
rebuttal.
his second. It's his second year in the NBA, so I can't act like he did. Give him cut him off because he still has shown flashes that he can be a good player. But number 3, no, he hasn't lived up to that right now. But
It
it's
was
still
rumored
his second year.
that it was him and Paolo
Yeah,
between the
he was
number
supposed
1
to go
pick.
number 1. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was the
But
rumor. So
I do
I'm
feel
looking at Paolo. He got this team as the 5th seed right now. I'm about to pull up Jabari Smith.
Don't say you got Paolo as his 15. Like their team isn't an elite defensive team.
If you take Paolo off that team, they're not nowhere near this record. Tay, you can at least admit that, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Jabari Smith. I'm seeing 13 and 9 boards on 45% shooting.
Yeah.
So he was supposed to be number 1 pick, right? He was supposed to be picked ahead of Chet. I see what Chet's doing. I see what Paolo's doing. I see guys after him that's been better early on. 13 and 9 ain't moving me.
You got to think about his location though. Jalen Green affects a lot. Like he has the ball a lot. He takes a lot of shots. There's only so much he can do. Yes, he can show, he can do what Chet does and show his worth on defense, but that's not what he got drafted for.
Well, he gonna have an opportunity to make something shake now that Sengun's gonna be out for a little bit. This is opportunity since everybody's holding him back, whatever. I'm looking at, Keegan Murray. He's starting to figure it out a bit. Jaden Ivey's starting to figure it out.
Keegan Murray, yes, he's figuring it out, but he's not he's not a number 4 pick.
I'm looking at Benedict Mathurin. When he's healthy, he's a good player.
He's out too. We're not talking about him. He's hurt too. That's not helping.
Jalen Williams at the 12th pick. Jalen Doran at the 13th pick. All these guys have been better than him earlier. Am I wrong?
You're right.
You're right.
Jabari's not
Like you
top
got
5 in
Walker
this draft.
Kessler.
No, Jabari's not top 5 in this draft right now. Nope. But I feel like this should be the last year. Like, like this should be the cutoff right now. Well, I mean, that I can yes, I can say if people lived up to their thing. Like if you ask the next class, I can say if people are living up to it at the moment or whatever. But like they still
Didn't he average more than 13 last year? Hold on a second. Like, did he average 13 or like about the same?
Yeah,
I'm about to pull up his numbers real quick.
Yeah, pretty much the same numbers.
But last year he didn't have Fred VanVleet. Like, there's
so he has a better point guard and is putting up the same numbers.
Yeah, a better scoring point guard.
Because Kevin Porter Jr. wasn't a good point guard.
Fred VanVleet ain't no passer. We all know that. He ain't no playmaker.
So from 12.8 and 7 boards to 13.3 and 9 boards, that's not enough for the number 3
pick.
pick.
That's not enough of a jump. Yeah, I get what you mean, but it's still
you're being too nice. Yeah, you're being too nice.
I think it's his second year. Like
you're being way too nice.
Paolo's averaging 23, 7, and 5. I'm sorry. Chet's averaging 17, 7, and 2 blocks.
But Paolo is on a different level. Paolo is in a league of his own in that draft.
They were battling between them being the number 1 pick. Yeah, I can't give you that next level shit.
I get that, but he's on another level. Paolo went number 1 for a reason, and he's showing why he went number 1. We already knew Paolo was the best player in that draft class. They were going to pick Jabari Smith because of upside. That's why Jabari Smith was in the conversation for number 1, because of upside. We knew who Paolo was. Paolo was the best player in that class and still is the best player in that class. We didn't say he wasn't, and everyone in the world knew, but they were going to pick Jabari. Jabari was in that conversation because of upside. But Jabari, it's their second year. I'm not counting any of them out right now. Nobody on this list, I'm counting them out.
I'm not counting him out.
This is his second year. Dyson Daniels, he could be good. He's just not in the situation to be good. Like right now, he's not in the situation. He's not on the right team. There's a lot of players that get drafted that aren't on the right team. Like Dang, Ousmane Dang. He got drafted to the Thunder. He has no spot on that team. He can't even show that he's a good player. He's a 6'9" point guard, but can't play because he's on the Thunder. He's in their G League, lighting it up in the G League, but there's only so much he can do. You're putting it depends on their situation also. You got to also give them their situation, and it's their second year in the NBA. I'm not just gonna count them all out.
I'm surprised because you're so harsh on Scoot Henderson.
That's what I'm saying. You
got
a soft spot for Jabari Smith.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a soft spot.
No, I'm saying Jabari Smith did not live up to the 3rd pick. I literally said that 4 times.
Yeah, you're giving them excuses though. Like I don't care. It's their second the situation.
Year. I don't like number 3.
I need to see it on the court. You be throwing Scoot under the bus like love.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't like Scoot Henderson because he's a point guard. Amen's a point guard. He went above Amen when Amen's a better player. That's why I don't like Scoot Henderson. That's why I don't want to see Scoot Henderson do anything good because he got drafted above Amen Thompson, and Amen Thompson is better than him. That's why I don't like Scoot Henderson. These players, they're all in their second year. I'm not counting them out. Scoot Henderson, I don't care. He can end up being an all-star for all I care. I still don't think he's better than Amen Thompson. He's in a better situation right now. Sure. He plays more minutes. Sure. But he's not a better player. He's not a
I wouldn't call Portland a better situation. Like, Houston definitely has the better coach.
What do you mean? Portland is a better situation. He gets to play. He gets to play. He don't have nobody in front of him. He didn't. The Portland Trailblazers didn't go and pay Fred VanVleet to play in his position. They don't have Jalen Green. They got Anthony Simons. Anthony Simons ain't no damn Jalen Green, and we all know that. He's in a way better situation. He gets to play 30, 35, 40 minutes a game. However, he gets to play. There's a difference. He's in a better situation. Scoot has the keys. They traded Damian Lillard for Scoot.
That is crazy. Look at it.
They're not in the same situation.
Gonna have to deliver.
He has no choice but to deliver. That's what I'm saying. And he's not. He's poop. They should have chosen Amen Thompson. Amen Thompson would be better and fit better on that team than Scoot Henderson. And I stand on that. That's why I don't like Scoot. That's why I give Scoot a hard time, because he got drafted over Amen Thompson.
Okay. At least you admitted your personal bias.
Yeah, 100%.
Any other topics, or you want to say the rest for Friday? I feel like we could do that.
I mean, if you want. I mean, I got 2 more players. I mean, if you
go ahead. I ain't trying to hold you back.
Right, right after Jabari, Keegan Murray, did he live up to his pick?
No. He's a great role player. Like he fits perfectly on that team. But number 4, well,
I'll
can
say
say
yes.
this. I say yes. I can say I'm changing. I say yes because the Kings got what they needed. Like he fits
That's why I
that
say
team
yes
perfectly.
too.
Like he's like the
Yeah.
puzzle piece that they needed. They needed that sharpshooter. He gets in there and he plays exactly how he's supposed to. So I'll say yes, but as it like the number 4 pick, no. But for that team that had it, yes.
Good fit. I just hate how many single-digit games he has, considering how good of a scorer he is. Even Mike Brown's like, yo, you can be better than what you're showing. Like,
Yeah.
you need to be more confident in your shot type shit. So, but I can see him. I got more confidence. Should I say it? I've seen a little more out of him than I saw out of Jabari Smith so far. Like, I think he was the first rookie to ever hit 200 threes in the season last year. So
Yeah.
I've seen more out of him.
He
than
found
Jabari.
his craft, and he just
Yeah, he found his spot. Like that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. He fits on that team. That's what he does. They have, but the Kings already had a structure. There's a difference. The Kings have a structure. The Rockets don't. The Kings, they knew who they were.
Nah,
They were just in
they
the
just
playoffs.
got one last year.
But they were in the playoffs the year before, were they not?
No, last year. That's it. When Keegan got there, because that's when Mike Brown got there.
Oh yeah, but they have players. They have Sabonis. They have De'Aaron Fox. We know who they are. We know what type of players they are. They're gonna go out there and produce. They have a dominant big. They have pieces of their team that they know they're gonna keep. The Rockets are just now figuring that out. Like Sengun, they didn't know who he was last year. Like last year he was okay, but he wasn't. He didn't take that leap. Like this one, they knew where to put him at because they come in. They know Yo's gonna De'Aaron Fox gonna have the ball in his hands a lot, and Sabonis is gonna get the ball a lot. So he has to fit somewhere. You can't have 3 primary scorers. That's not a thing. So he fit in that team perfectly. They had more of a structure. The Rockets are just scrambling. They got new team, young players. They don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Their best player just got there this year.
Nah, he's been there. They just weren't utilizing him because
No,
Kevin
I'm
Porter
talking
Jr.
about
wanted to hijack the fucking offense and
no,
do a
I'm
bunch
talking
of
about
bullshit.
Fred VanVleet. He just got there. He's their best
I don't
player.
think it's their best player. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Sengun.
Sengun is their best player right now, but like that's who it was supposed to be. Their best player was supposed to be
I
Fred
didn't agree with the payment then. It was like, oh, you gotta pay or you'll get penalized by the league. I'm like, I wouldn't pay Fred VanVleet that much. All respect to him, like undrafted, respect his grind, but not as they paid him too much. But who was the other player you had?
All right, last player. I got Jaden Ivey. Did Jaden Ivey live up to the number 5 pick? This was a tough one for me too.
Right
He's
now.
been playing better recently.
I
Earlier
can't.
this year, it was rough. They want to play your bum ass boy Killian Hayes, who still ain't get picked up by nobody. Like he done missed the playoff rotation. He gonna be in Taiwan next year. You might as well embrace it. Like follow his games on fucking
like the
what's that
media,
shit?
but the media made it.
Sports show.
The media made it worse than it was. But
Obviously
know,
not.
Ooh.
like
No.
at this point. But look,
Oh
at this
God.
point, if you pick him up, the media's going to be on that team's ass. It's going to be a distraction.
Media don't give a fuck about Killian Hayes like that, dog. He don't move the needle that much.
Bro, think about how many people hated on Killian Hayes and don't even watch him play, don't even know him, don't even watch the Pistons play whatsoever. They hate Killian Hayes because it's the fun thing to do.
Everything that was said was correct. Obviously, if it was wrong, he would be on the team right now. There's a reason.
Yo, it's been a month since he got cut. They tried trading him. Nobody wanted to pick him up. It's been a month since he got
because
cut.
of what comes with him.
The Pistons was probably calling GMs. All the GMs was probably laughing. No, you better not call me about Killian Hayes. And eventually he's like, you know what? You're right. And they cut him. Everything that was said was right. Like you can't defend. I don't even know why I'm talking about Killian Hayes.
I don't care about Killian Hayes. I'm
Back
talking
to Jaden
about
Ivey.
Jaden Ivey right now.
Yeah,
I don't even know why Killian Hayes was talked about in the first place. Niggas just be bringing him up for no reason. But Jaden Ivey, I think it's a little his like this because
him and Cade, they got to figure that out.
I think it's the coaching. I'm not giving Monty thing because like how do you go from starting some games to not starting to playing this many minutes to playing 10 minutes? Like it's very inconsistent. It's the same thing with the Rockets. It's hella inconsistent, and you should not be doing that with your young player. He's a top 5 pick. Play that nigga. Like, bro, see what he got. We know he can score the basketball. See if he can score at a very high level and elevate your team. Like, so I think he is playing like a top 5 pick. I just think he needs the opportunity to be able to play like show that he can play that. Like I know he
Once
has
he's
been
got,
playing more now, but like that inconsistency on the rotation part hurts him, just like it hurts a lot of players in the league. A lot of these young players, that rotation thing, like people are getting drafted high and not playing. It's like how
I'm still high on Ivy personally.
yeah, I
I think
think
he can
Highfield be
be,
good, but
yeah.
I don't see him
It might
as
have to be outside Detroit, honestly. They might need to change the
I
scenery.
don't think so. I don't think it needs to be outside of Detroit. I think Detroit just needs to find their thing, their rotation, their game
Yeah,
plan and go with it.
yeah.
I feel like they're just scrambling right now. They're just
They
trying
got
shit.
3 guys I think you could probably build around.
Yeah,
That's Cade,
no,
Iden.
you do
I mean,
have
4,
three
4,
guys. Not
4.
that you can probably they have 3 guys. They have Cade, Ivy, and Duran. Those 3, they're solidified. They should be untouchable, especially Duran.
I'll throw a Sore in there too. I'll throw a Sore in there too.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, I didn't even think about him. Yeah,
They
sorry.
got
Y'all
4
got
guys.
four. You got 4 guys. How come you can't do something with it? I know they're young, but you gotta like. I'm putting it on the coaching. That nigga's overpaid,
Now their GM is ass too.
and he's not doing shit. But their GM drafted those guys. All those guys got drafted there. Those are
He
great
has to
pickups.
put better supporting cast. It's like earlier in the year, it was like
It's
Isaiah
not even
Livers was getting
about,
minutes.
but it's not even about supporting cast. It's about the coaching. Like you got to put them in a position to win. Like like you got a defender and a rebounder in Asar Thompson. Asar defends and he grabs rebounds. That's what he does. You got to play them in the right situations. All of them should be able to play at the same time. There shouldn't be a different starting lineup every night. That's not a thing. Like what winning team changes their starting lineup every night? That's not a thing. You got to let them rock. Even the bad teams, they let their team rock. Like, you know what I mean? Unless somebody's like blatantly pooping down their leg, which none of those players do. None of those players that Jaden Ivy, Cade, none of them like poop down their leg. None of them are like blatantly like, yo, they're making us lose. Like, that's not a thing. So they need to play. I put that on coaching. I know I say coaching don't matter that much, but in that situation, it does.
Pretty good. I feel like it's a good place to stop. Unless you had any more players, any topics you want to talk about.
Grady Dick, he sucks.
Yeah, we want jury still out on him. But
yeah,
I feel next episode we probably gonna cover like the Mavs slipping a little bit because me and Tay thought it was gonna be a little bit better than what they were. And if Luka misses the play in, what that means for his legacy, we'll talk about that.